It started with one town, then another, then another. Used to be, a man could ride from here to the Rio Grande and find good folks living honest lives. Now, all he found was empty streets and locked doors. A sickness had passed through, but it weren't no plague. It had a name, and that name was Big Money. He came riding in with his fancy doctors and silver-tongued promises. Said he had a cure, something to fix all a man's troubles, from an extremely rare disease that nobody got to manufactured colds. Just a few drops, a few dollars, and you'd be right as rain. And folks believed him, because when a man's desperate, he'll trust the devil himself if he's wearing a preacher's smile. He never held a gun, never robbed a stagecoach, but he was the deadliest outlaw in the West. He didn't take lives with bullets. He took them with contracts, with bottles of poison stamped with a guarantee. And when the towns ran dry, when there was nothing left to take, he moved on. The tonic was a lie. The only thing it cured was a man's ability to stand up and fight. And by the time they figured it out, the money was gone, and so were they. Big Money thought the frontier was his 'cause he owned the banks, the railroads, the farms, those highfalutin things called counting machines, and the law. He even owned the newspapers, orphanages, and the hospitals. But he forgot one thing. There's always one man who don't scare easy. He didn't wear a badge, didn't answer to no governor or mayor, but justice was justice. And there weren't a law in the land that said Big Money's kind of killing was legal. A man who poisons a town for profit ain't no different than a gunslinger gunning down folks in the street. He just does it slower. If justice still meant a damn thing, it meant riding straight into the lion's den. No posse, no badge, just a six-shooter, a sharp mind, and the will to take back what Big Money stole. The battle ahead wasn't just for one town. It was for all of them. It's a classic new episode of Wanted, Dead, or Alive, a retelling for modern times. Watch the story unfold on your local news.